Hello and welcome to Abby's Retro Rescue. If you're new here, my name is Abby and I am addicted to thrifting specifically for things from the 80s and vintage items that I can then resell on my Etsy store when I can bear to part with them. A lot of this stuff I keep for my own personal collection, but I love making videos to share with you guys all of the fun treasures that I have found recently. And boy, this is a doozy. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. The theme of my last haul, my best items that I had found, were lunch boxes. And we are continuing with that because I got another lunchbox this time. Garfield. I love this so much. It's one of the thermos plastic ones, which aren't worth as much as the metal ones that I showed you last time, but they're still fun. I mean, honestly, they're usually just a big sticker on there, but I couldn't resist this fun and funky Garfield. And Keith and I are going to be displaying these in a special way in our studio downstairs. We've got a plan. We have almost completed our collection and we'll be sharing that with you soon on our other channel. So if you're new here, my other channel is called Our 80s Life. That's the one that I do with my husband. And this channel is just my own. So I like to share my collections with you. And when we do things together, we share those on our other channel. And by the way, my voice is a little scratchy because we just got back from the Billy Idol concert. We traveled to Tulsa midweek. It was on a Tuesday to go see Billy Idol. Fantastic show, but I have not quite recovered. My vocal cords have not recovered from singing along to all those fantastic songs. So I do apologize if my voice is a little bit scratchy today. And while we were in Tulsa, Keith and I went to a fun little antique shop. And we found something that I've been looking for a while for our collection because you guys know we're big Dallas fans. Back in the 80s, there was a beer called JR Beer that was themed from the show. It was actually made by the Pearl Brewing Company in San Antonio. And you can visit there. It's a fun little area with restaurants and stuff called the Pearl. It's a lot nicer since the 80s. It used to not be like a tourist attraction, but now it is. Anyway, they don't make this anymore. So these are kind of hard to come by, the old cans. But it's so funny. Look, J.R. Ewing's private stock. And then under here, it says, if you have to ask how much my beer costs, you probably can't afford it. And it has a J.R. Ewing signature. I love this. We were wanting one of these just for decoration in our bar. Finally found one in the antique store of all places. So, of course, you know it had to come home. We spent $5 on this. That was all we got from the antique store other than a few records. But we have been buying a few things off of eBay. Well, Keith has been buying some things off of eBay. We are creating in our basement a wall of 80s awesomeness where we're putting some things that remind us of the 80s, mostly toys and things like that. And we're going to be filming our videos with that as a backdrop. So we're creating a fun backdrop wall. So he was buying some things that we didn't have in our collection that he thought needed to be included. So here were some of the things that he got, just some great deals off of eBay. I think this one works. I think the other two items do not work. They're mostly electronics, but since we're just using them from decorations, it doesn't matter if they work. Remember this electronic football game? A lot of the boys that I hung out with, like my cousins and stuff, had these. I did not. Keith had one of these and loved it. And he said he thinks that this still works. We haven't put batteries in and tried it out yet, but it's going to look really cool on the wall. And then he also got this little professor calculator. Who remembers these? I definitely do. These were also made by Texas Instruments, which is where my dad worked. They're most famous for making the Speak and Spell, but these were also really popular. And then I think there was a blue, larger one that taught you like math skills. That I did not have that one, but look how cute this is. The little professor is going to look great on our 80s wall. And the next thing is something that both Keith and I wanted but did not have as kids in the 80s, and that is the Watchman. We got a Watchman. Now, of course, this also does not work, and even if it did, it would be a real struggle to get any channels that are actually run off of antenna anymore because now everything's, all digital and satellite. But this is really cool. It would have been a little TV that you could turn on, and it looks like a radio the way it turns the channels, but it is a little bitty TV. And man, these were so cool. I always wanted one. So even though this one doesn't work, it's still cool and it's going to look neat to decorate in our 80s room. And in addition to those goodies, he got a whole bunch of Atari games. And they may or may not work, but we're mostly just using them for decoration. Although now that we have all these cool games, I feel like we need a working Atari. We have a non-working Atari, but look, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man. We've got a Centipede. I remember my Atari 2600, it came with a few games. Centipede was one of the games that it came with. I don't remember the other ones. I think it came with Frogger. We got a Donkey Kong. We got Defender. Something called Star Master and Combat. I remember Combat. I don't remember Star Master. I don't remember Squeeze Box. And then Street Racer. And they also had all the instruction manuals. So that is crazy. So this was a lot of games that he bought off of just one seller from eBay, but it turned out to be a local seller. We were able to skip the shipping and go and pick it up actually at a local pawn shop here in Wichita. So that's cool. And they're going to, again, be decorations for our 80s wall. If you haven't already, follow us on our 80s Life, because that's where we're going to be sharing the final product of the wall that we're doing. So be sure and follow that, and you'll probably see some of these other videos being filmed down there as well once we get the studio finished up. Okay, that's it for eBay items. Now, the rest of this haul are all things that I found in the wild at estate sales. Okay, so starting off by this game, you guys, this game. I probably paid more for this game than I've ever paid for a board game. But I could not resist the Miami Vice game. Come on, that's so cool. And it is in mint condition. I mean, it looks like it was open, like it may have been played, but let me show you, because all of the pieces and the cards, and the instructions are there. And the board is so cool. It's a map of Miami. And it even has like these little, underneath here, it has look at the spinner. I mean, the graphics are fun. You spin it. Oh, you got caught. You got caught. You got caught. Died. Death. I don't know if it's death for you or for the bad guys. We haven't played this yet, so we'll find out. I think you either play the police or the bad guys. It comes with these cute little cars, and they can drive around on the Miami map. Next year, the 80s cruise is leaving from Miami, and they're going to be a whole theme for Miami Vice. So I was in a Miami Vice mood and decided I needed this game. And look, it's a tri-fold board. Isn't that fun? I love this. I think Keith and I will probably be playing this sometime for you guys and making a video, so stay tuned for that. Another fun TV show that I loved in the 80s, it was 70s/80s, was Happy Days. And I don't buy a lot of posters, mostly because I don't find a lot of posters in great condition. But look, you guys, I got a poster of the Fonz himself. Hey. This was like in a closet at an estate sale, which was so random. But I loved the Fonz. I loved Happy Days. Another fun decoration that I got for our studio is this Lifesavers bank. Who remembers these? It actually says Life Savings, which I think is so cute. And they used to have smaller ones that were Tootsie Rolls. You would buy it, would have candy in it. And then after you ate the candy, you had a bank. I don't know if this one ever had candy in it, but it's so cute and colorful. Definitely from the 80s and in really good condition. I thought it would be just like a fun little decoration or something, so I couldn't resist that. At the same sale, I also got this diary. It's like puffy plastic, and it's not been written in. So, now I can fill it with my innermost thoughts and dreams. I just thought this was really cute. And also from that sale, I got 2 coloring books, unused. These are actually sticker books. This is my favorite one, this Barbie Sticker Fun Slumber Party. It's dated 1988, and it has all of the stickers. Now, these are not peel and sticker. These are the ones that you, I think, moisten and stick. So sort of like a stamp. But it has these little exercise cards and little water bottles and sunscreen. And Barbie's going to go do a workout. And there's also invitations if you want to have a slumber party. And I just thought it was so fun. This is like something I would have loved back in the day. And then the other one I got, also unstuck and brand new looking on the inside, is Bambi. And it has all the stickers. And so it'll tell you like what page they go on. Do you remember these? I used to love these sticker books. So you find the page and you punch out the sticker and put it in there. Really, these would provide hours of fun for an 80s kid without, the internet and all that. This was from a different sale, actually. This is a Ghostbusters 2 book, flip and fun. It's got jokes and riddles. The jokes are pretty bad, but it's fun. It's got a little coloring book with the Ghostbusters and some little jokes and things. And it has not been drawn in at all. So this will probably go on my Etsy store. 2 earring holders full of earrings. This one's still in its original box. It's obviously pretty cheap. It might have been from like the dollar store or something, but it's definitely from the 80s, and the little vintage earring holders are so fun. I also got 2 holiday items. I got a Garfield window cling, which I actually plan to use this at Christmas. It's very cute. I only paid 50 cents for it, and it can be reused. We have like one of those glass storm doors in front of our actual front door, and I thought this would be a fun little wreath to put on there. And then I got a Smurf Christmas mug, Merry Christmas 1983. It's got the Smurfs on there decorating the Christmas tree. So cute. And now it's time for my best find of, I used to say find of the month, but now I do more than one of these per month. So find of the day, I guess, find of this week. You may have noticed I'm wearing my Our 80s Life custom t-shirt. We had these made to look like the Hard Rock Cafe t-shirts, and look what I found. A vintage Hard Rock Cafe London in my size. It's from the 80s, and how you can tell is the original tag. This is an old school Hanes tag. And also, I could just tell from the things that were in that closet that it was like a teenager's closet that had grown up and moved out from the house. And there were still some stickers in there that were from the 80s and all kinds of things. Now, I have been to the Hard Rock Cafe London back in the 80s, in 1988. On my 8th grade summer trip, we went to London. And I believe it's actually the original Hard Rock Cafe. I don't remember if I bought a t-shirt there, but if I did, for sure it would not fit me now. So thankfully this is a large and it's plenty big and it fits me great. Just needs a quick wash. It doesn't have any stains or anything. It just smells like the 80s. It just smells like it's been in somebody's closet for a really long time, but it's not stinky. And I am excited for this. I'm totally going to wear this because I've been to this Hard Rock Cafe and I love these old school t-shirts. Y'all, I only paid $8. I thought that was a steal. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little thrift haul today. I hope it inspires you to go get out there, go to the estate sales in your local city, or go to the thrift shops or wherever you find fun goodies and pick up some 80s treasures. Let's rescue those retro items together, and I will see you next time. If you want to continue watching videos like this, I recommend you watch this one next.